Syed,
Yes.
we start? Can we start?
Yes, yeah, we shall start.
Good afternoon to one and all, joined virtually and physically for this certificate course. I, Dr. Srinivas Prasad, Assistant Professor, Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, Udupi, extend a warm welcome to our distinguished resource person, Mr. Syed Kudrat Hashmi, esteemed faculty members, participants for this sixth day of certificate course on research and academic writing. This certificate course is jointly organized by Karnataka Institute for Law and Parliamentary Reforms, KILPAR, and Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, Udupi, is designed to enhance the critical research and academic writing skills among students, research scholars, and teachers. I take it as an honor and privilege to welcome the resource person and other dignitaries and the participants. I extend a warm and affectionate welcome to our distinguished resource person, Mr. Syed Kudrat Hashmi, a young and promising researcher, School of Law, University of Mysore. Welcome you, Mr. Syed. I would like to extend a hearty welcomes to Professor Dr. Raghunath K.S., Principal, Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, Professor Dr. Nirmala Kumari, Director of Vaikunta Baliga College of Law. I also welcome all participants who have joined from different parts of the country and all staff and students of Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, Udupi. Now, I would like to introduce our resource person for this event. Mr. Syed Kudrat Hashmi, born in Afghanistan, is a research scholar who has strong academic background. He earned a BA LLB honors from JSS Law College, Mysuru, where he achieved a certificate of rank and first rank with the distinction. He continued his studies with an LLM in international law from the University of Mysore, where he graduated with distinction and earned 3 gold medals and 3 cash prize. Mr. Hashmi also pursued an LLM in intellectual property laws from the National Academy of Legal Studies and Research, NALSA, and his work an analysis of naked licensing in the case of trademark law in the US, UK, and India, published in a comparative law yearbook of international business, showcases his analytical cases and his work role of WTO in Afghanistan's path to sustaining peace through trade, published in the Indian Journal of International Law, further emphasizes his commitment to exploring the critical legal issues. Mr. Hashmi, involved in national and international events, demonstrate his interest in research and writing, as well as his commitment to advancing legal scholarship globally. With these brief words, I present before you all the young researcher and a promising human rights activist, Mr. Syed Kudrat Hashmi, to this platform to enrich our knowledge on the topic, the pragmatic edge of smart citation and reference management in legal writing. Over to you, Mr. Syed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your warm introduction. Professor Dr. Raghunath, sir, Dr. Jayamul, coordinator of this program, and VBCL team and Karnataka Institute of Parliamentary Affairs, which organized that. I congratulate you. So without further ado, let's discuss on the topic of pragmatic smart citation, and we go with reference management, how it will work with the legal writings. So first of all, what happened that we shift from the traditional method and how these legal writings and citation relevant for today's program and particularly to this workshop. Once, if we just write a paper, is it a case summary, or we write a pre-notes, or we make a paperwork, or we write a PhD work, or it is a thesis or anything, if it does not have any source, no one will say that it has a credibility. So no one trusts our work, and there will not be any transparency. So citation for the legal writings It shows the credibility of our work. It shows the authority that we have cited, such as case law, if it is a statute or legal principles, even if we refer to secondary data, such as academic literature. In addition to that, apart from the credibility, we discuss on something called academic integrity. Proper referencing, always it shows that honesty and integrity in our work, and also we pay respect to the intellectual property rights of the authors, such as we acknowledging their rights, they have the moral right. So the challenge what we faced with the traditional citation in the legal writing was sometimes because of the time consuming, sometimes a human being is not always, human being faced with the errors. We cannot say that always we are right. So usually in the past, when we used to write a thesis or dissertation or even article, we used to use index card and putting separately. Then we gathering that organizing was difficult. And sometimes it was inconsistency. So because of that, the technology has developed to bring efficiency towards the citation. And that is the technology, and reference management today has helped us with the efficiency to save time and bring accuracy, and sometimes also automatically generate the citation from one method to another. Let's consider, for example, if you write an article to publish in Oxford University Press, you should choose a scholar. If that paper is not get selected, so if you would like to publish the same article in Harvard University, or let's consider in Washington, D.C., any of those journals, so they prefer more below book. So immediately how you can convert? If you go in the traditional method, you have to sit and do it. It takes 2-3 days of you. So if you use the technology, you can do it within 2-3 minutes. So I have in the next slides to discuss on this. In addition to that, this smart citation bring collaboration and cloud integration. What I'm trying to say that when you have resources in your the citation in the form of a smart citation, if it is a Mendeley, if it is a Zotero, if it's a ref note, or even if it is EndNote, or if it is a MJester or anything, so that then you can share that in cloud. Today you change your computer, you go somewhere else, then you can show. And the most benefit of this is that we can retrieve and we can organize our work. So now, if you publish in any of these scopus, all scopus will not accept one sort of citation. So Q1 may need one type, Q4 may need some other, Q3, and depends on the German, depends on the European, depends on the, for example, Indian legal system. For example, in India, we prefer mostly on Indian society, Indian Law Institute. So Indian Society of International Law has got its own. If you go write an article in Bangalore, they have got their own. So in that paradigm, we need to shift towards the smart citation, so make our work easy and accuracy and to be integrated to those journals. So from where we get this? Now we have free repositories. Sometimes some ready-made citation is there. For example, it is in Google Scholar, if it is in SSRN, if you see in Academia, ResearchGate, Zonedo, Internet Archive, and so on, even in Figshare. So it will not resolve our problem because there is no inconsistency, there is no accuracy in all. So we don't get all in a harmonious system that you cite and get. In Google Scholar, there is a different citation. In ResearchGate, there will be different. So it takes so long time that we complete one research work. So if you come to the Oxford University, Cambridge, Hen Online, Taylor and Francis, Sage, Jester, even Springer, these are paid repositories. Here also we face with the variation. Each journal has its own policy and method of formatting system and citation. So to go ahead from this, some software has been developed such as RIFwork. So RIFwork is a compatible. It has the researcher can use up to 100 MB of that repository. But the problem of this, the drawback of this RIFwork is that it does not work without internet. You cannot plug in your desktop when internet is not, let's consider if you disconnect your internet, you're not able to function with this. This is good where you are working with the internet And if you don't have internet, it will not work. This is an EndNote. EndNote is one of the best citation today. Citation reference management, like you can cite this, use this. It has a variety of citation. You can use offline, online, and you can access to 10,000 records. Particularly science are using this. It was developed by the Thomas Rutter. But the problem of this, if you compare with the others, the problem with EndNote is that it is too expensive. So if it is not purchased by an institution, for the particular students or researcher, it would be highly difficult to go ahead. Now, for the law paper, when we write a paper, just for below book, we have Juris M. So for Juris M, it can handle only below book, and the benefit of that, you can use multilingual. Like, for example, you can use here Arabic, you can use particularly, like, even you can add Hindi, you can use English, whatever. Portuguese, Russian, and so on, even German. But the problem is that it is sometimes it is unstable in the terms of citation. It will change. If you think that you have cited it, sometimes it make you confused. Once, particularly when you change the language, if you write in multilingual, for example, if someone want to give an example in Persian and in the Persian writing something in footnote, while you go in bibliography, so you face with the problem. Now, those people who are using Apple, particularly Apple, so you know that Apple operating system is not like Microsoft Word. It is run by LibreOffice. So this, for Apple page, only bookend is required. Apart from bookends, nothing work there. So the issue of this bookend is that it is so mediocre functionality. It does not work. The function is very low, and sometimes you need to purchase in some region. So it does not work good. Apart from this, we have Mandali. Mandali has got several benefits. One of the best benefit of that of Mandali is that, let's consider I am pursuing on intellectual property. When I enter to the Mandali account, so it will connect me to those people who are working in the same field. So I can share metadata, I can get the data. And the benefit of that Mandali is that it is a drop. I mean, you can drop something on the folder which you create. It is just drag and drop. If you drag any PDF file, it will read it and it will show you that, okay, it functions, the author name will come, and this is supports PDF in all tabs, and it will give you some network opportunities. So only thing is that what Mandali is that it is the drawback around Mandali is, compared to the Zotero, is that you have to create an account and you have to purchase the repository. Like you will not get like how it is committed with the Zotero. Now, I have told you that it does not integrate. The another problem is that it does not integrate with the Word Office per se. So you need to do all the time what you are the plugin, and somehow it is not feasible for the law papers. So then attachment and so on, you have to buy. You face while you are changing from one method of citation to other, sometimes it lose. And if you want to purchase additional cloud, you have to pay per year $60. That's $60 if you are not taking that. And the another thing is that for Mandali, the institution cannot purchase like how it was with EndNote. Now we will come to the Zotero, which is the main discussion for today. This is Zotero. Now, what is the what we will do with Zotero and how we will go with the law students, how we use. Now, for the next a few minutes, which we have, I will work practically. Just this was to give you a brief. Zotero is free. You can download it. It can be in both. It can be, you can integrate with your Chrome, and you can integrate with your computer. So it will stand as a standalone. And it is very easy, understand, and you can share your library and you can share your data in cloud. I will show you where we create an account, we share in our email ID, so we sync the data. And the benefit of this, it can capture the data, metadata. You need not to bring everything manually. So once you go to Google Scholar or you go to Jester, so particularly any topic you want, you write, and it will capture for you. Then it will show you. It includes everything, and it will recognize also that, okay, it is a journal, or it is a blog post, or it is a book, or is a book chapter, and so on. Now, the drawback is that for Zotero, despite it has got its long benefit, so the one of that is sometimes it is not accurate. You need to edit manually, particularly in case of India is concerned. It does not read Indian case laws. For Indian case laws, you have to type manually. You cannot do. And in addition to that, while you go in bibliography, for example, if you want to add everything at the last, whatever, if it is not done by the Zotero, it will not change. Let's consider we write an article. We would like to publish to a journal where they have prescribed us like a scholar. So now I have written my paper with the blue book. If I want to change this, those citations which I have done manually, then Zotero will not do. It does not recognize. Then I have to go again manually. This is the problem of this Zotero. It cannot edit. Apart from this, it has a storage up to 100 MB. Beyond that, you have to pay $60 again for 7 GB Zotero. And it is not year-wise like how you pay for the Mandeli. Once you purchase that, it will remain there. So your data will not be lost. So this was just to give you a brief background. Let's go practically. If we don't go practically, I don't think so it will be used. So I will share my desktop and we will go ahead further. Right. To go with Zotero, let's consider where just at the initial stage, we don't know anything. Just type here Zotero in the Google engine. We start from the basic function of the Zotero, how it will operate. So once you come here, you will get two options in Zotero. One is a download option, and one you get in the download. Once you click on the download, so you will get two options. One option would be that you are downloading as a standalone. It will be in your computer, which I have already done. So here we install it. One thing we should note it that once you, if you want to install Zotero, you have to close your Word program so that it does not go. If your Word office is open, Zotero will not plug in the Word. Then you can install from here. If you click here, so then it will be connected to the browser. So from here, once you connect this, if you plug it into the Chrome, from here you can get data and you can retrieve whatever you want for your citation further. Now, since I have downloaded already, just you need to download. You hit the button here, then you can choose the place and so on. Then you say install. In terms of Chrome also, if you click here, it will be plugged in directly here. Since I have already there with my computer, so I don't need to go this. Now, I would like to work practically how it will work. Now, to work here, this option, do you have my screen right? Do you have my screen? Yeah, right. So now, to work here, what we need to create a folder. For what? This is my PhD program. So I have collected all data here. No, I don't need, that is my separate work. So now I want to write an article. Let's consider we write an article together. So I need to collect data. From where I need to collect data, how I do. There are some tools, there are some options which we explain you. After installing this Zotero in your computer, so you will face with this tab and you will get this menu. Here we create a button, we just hit the button. I will name it, for example, let's see, disability and IPR. Disability and IPR. I want to write an article with this. So I have created. Now where I put my cursor, based on the place which I put, the data will be stored. Now from where this data comes. So let's see, we will go to the Google and from where we get. I have discussed that we will go to the Google Scholar, SSR, and I have given some source. Now in Google Scholar, if I go, this is the first thing, which I go here, I will search just simple. I hope we will get. Now, IPR and disability.
Sir, we are not able to see your screen.
Okay, you're not able to see my screen. Yeah, I'll go. Once again, I'll share. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Right.
Can you please maximize the font size?
This maximize, I think this is the last which shows 200 I have.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So now, you see here, we can see a little folder. I have chosen that IPR and disability. I want to store some literature. I want to make a survey to get some data for my article. Now we see this folder. If I click on this folder, it will open for me this tab. It says that this much data is available with regard to disability and IPR. So now disability, right to culture and copyright. This is relevant to me. I need to choose human rights, person with disability and copyright. This is also necessary for me. I need not to search and waste my time. The intellectual property and access in crisis, it is not necessary. So now here, intellectual property needs for disability. If I choose this one, let's consider for example, we choose 4 or 5 of this. Then once I click this data, now I have chosen. This data is already stored in my folder. So now you see here the caption, something goes there. Now it is stored here. Let's go check there whether it is stored or not. If it is stored, how we can use it. Now this is one. The second one, this is what I have got from here. Now this was a Google Scholar. Apart from this, I will go to Jester. Let's see. Whenever you don't see my screen, please let me know. So right now I will write here also IPR and disability. Now I get a wide range of data here, for example, intellectual property and universal human rights and so on. Let's see. For example, for our discussion here, we use intellectual property and rights of other people. It means it also covers the people with the disability. So how I can cite here, you see here the icon in the top. If you see this, if I click on this, then I say that, okay, disability, and I will tell that, okay. Now see this caption open, it shows it is an article. Now where it is published, and this data, once I need to click here, rest automatically, it will be stored in my Zotero author name, volume, and so on. Now, this is one article. Now I want to go for some other article. I want to survey that if I need some related articles, how I can go. Now this was from the Jester. Like we can go, let's see, we take just for a sake of a discussion, I will choose this one as example. Now here also, first it shows in the form of blog post. Later on, it become the folder changed to the article. So we can see like that. Now I will say that book chapter on disability. Like if I want to see some book chapter on disability. Disability. Now you see the icon changed because there is a wide range of this. If I click on this, it will take me directly whatever I want. If I choose, for example, I say that all of this I want. These are all book chapters. So this will be included in my Zotero. If I say okay, it is already stored in the Zotero. Let's go to the Zotero library. What happened so far? What we have done. Now, do you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So you see, these data just we have collected now. If you see each one of that, see here, the journal name is there, the title of the paper, the author name, then you see the...
we can't see, sir.
You can see? Okay.
The
This is...
Zotero page we can't see.
Okay, right. I'll show you. Just a minute. This is a problem with the Zoom we have usually. It does not follow the page which you are going to. Okay, now see. Can you see my page now?
Yeah, sir, we can see it.
Okay, right. This is a place we call library. Now, if you remember, I have created a folder, disability and IPR. So now those papers which we were in the Juster and we were in Google Scholar, we have collected some data. See, these data are stored here automatically without I type anything or I say something. No. Just I have chosen those articles which were relevant, they have stored. See, now some articles are not complete. In case if they are not complete, you manually go type it. You see, the articles which are relevant, it has brought together. So in addition to that, now we have stored this article. What we can do further? See, if you want to talk on, let's see, here is one chapter talks on conclusion. Now, you want to bring all conclusion together. How will you do your work? So I have said on the benefit of this smart citation that you can organize your work and in very short way. How would you do that? So if you choose that particular chapter or particular article, if you choose click here, in the right side, you can see these buttons. So in this button, you have the first thing is that if you see the first, second, third, fourth, I will explain the important one. See, this article is there. You can create a note in that. You can write something about this article. Here you can add your own note. So this article, for example, in this book, like see here, I give you example. Here you see in the rest, you can get a PDF. If you click in this PDF, you can open automatically. It will go to that article you read and you close back. There is no problem. But the opposite of this, if those, if you see, do you have my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see, sir.
Yeah. So now we have this, the same article, whatever we have got in our library, the title is there, the author name is there, everything, the page number, who has published this, everything is mentioned in this PDF. And you see in the right side here, the data gets synced to my account. It will be stored there. So I close this, I will go back to my Zotero. So now in this, you see here, I don't PDF. How I can connect this PDF, the PDF of this. I want the PDF should be here. I cannot go search in separate folder because it wastes my time. I will organize this. So if you click here in the right side, you see it is like an email ID. So just you need to go add from the attachment. Just you can add this. You go file, for example, for the time being, for our for the sake of our discussion, I have created a folder here. Let's see, IPR and disability. Let's consider this paper is connected to that one. This is I attach here. So once I attach, this paper will be stored with this. So whenever I need to open, just I need to click and it will open for me. That is one benefit of Zotero, which connect 2-3 works together. Additionally, if you want to tag some work, for example, this work, which I'm saying disability studies and art education, which is relevant with these two, then I can tag these I mean the first one with the second. Or for example, you want to tag 2-3 folders together. This is also you can use. So one of the best benefit of Zotero is that today I have stored this data. Let's consider this is, I have spent 5-6 days on this. So I want to import this data to my another computer. How I can do without creating any further problem. So if you choose here on the folder, you click right. See, if you click right, you will get an option of move. So you can move that folder to some other folder. If you want to copy to my library, you can copy it. If you want to export, now export is something that you export these data putting in your computer or you putting in your desktop. If you want to put in your downloaded portion. So now let's export this data. I save this data because I need this data. So I have stored, I may not be able to refer this computer. Let's see, you are using, if you are using library computer, you go to central library or you are going to some college library. For the time being, you want to store some data, particularly when you have access to internet, you can get the data. Once you leave that place, then you don't have that. So what you do, the simple thing is that you go download, save the data in Zotero in the cloud, and you put here, just you export the data. So you can save that, your data is there. When you go home, again, in another computer, if you have your personal or you have your friend or your office and so on, just you go import the data, open the file and you can import. Here is an option where we have export. So where was our export? I have export in the same computer. So depends how I want to export the data here. So if I say next, then I will choose, see that I have downloaded before. If I say import this data, it will be imported. That data again come here. So if I say next, the same data will be imported. So this will be separate folder. So 33 items are imported. Now we have discussed enough here. Now, if you see, you can export your library, entire library, or you want to create a new library, or if you are working in the research groups, for example, for the government funds and so on, and that time we work on the group. So we create one group where we can share the data among each other. Everyone will get access and so on. So that depends not on the simple explanation what I gave. If you work more, you will get better. So let's go to practically to the Word file, how it will work there. So how it will change from a scholar to below book, from below book to others, and how we use this. Now, for the time being, we will go to that Word file. If you don't have my screen, please let me know.
We can't see it, sir.
Okay, right. You don't have my screen, so I'll share once again. Now, do you have my screen? Do you have my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. All right. Now, this paper, let's consider we have written now. If you want to cite this paper, if we consider it in manual system of citation, is like we have to come here. Let's consider if I want to cite about the creativity, then I have to come to the reference, then I have to insert and type. It takes so lengthy time, which I cannot do it. So it is something very difficult for me. And if I want to add in the APA method, which is a old version, is that in Word file, you come here, you say that add resources, then you add the book or article. For example, you use journal, then you add the author name, the title, the page number, year, and so on. Then you add, for example, if we use IPR and disability, just I use as a simple, then you will get it, what I am saying. Disability, if you use this, for example, sorry, this title should be like this. I have written wrong. If we say that who is the author, Dr. Jaya, if she permits me, PS. So the that is the journal VBCL. So year of publication, for example, 2024, page number also I put. I have referred this page to 1-8, from 1 to 8. If I choose here, it is here. Now this takes a very lengthy time. I cannot do that. If I want to export this, and this is written only in APA method, that APA I can change that to MLA, or hardly I can change to another style of citation. So it will be very lengthy and inconsistency. So sometimes I may miss something, or sometimes I may create error. Now, what we use Zotero here, you see in the word process, in the word system, you see it is plugged here. It is already there. We see if you click on Zotero, you can get the option in the last part at citation. Now, where I want to cite, let's consider I want to cite here. If I want to cite here, just press your cursor and come here. Now, what you want to cite? Before you go to citation, it will ask you which citation style you want to do. For example, for us, we want OSCOLA. OSCOLA is Oxford University standards for the citation and legal authorities. I choose this, or Vancouver, whatever. So for the time being, we use OSCOLA. I choose this. Now, it asks me, which paper would you like to cite? If I know the author, just I write the name of author. If I don't know the name of author, so since we have not studied those articles, for the time being, let's see, I will choose this blue blackness and something, the title is there. So if I click on this, then it will ask me which page number have you referred. For example, let's consider I have referred page 56. If
Sir,
I
we can't see, sir.
you can see?
No, sir.
This is the problem with Zoom. It does not follow what we are going. Can you see me now? Can you see the page?
We can see the word page, sir.
Okay, but when I go to the citation part, you won't see, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, right. Can you see this citation now?
Citation. Yeah, sir. The citation which has appeared at the bottom, that we can see.
Okay, right. You saw that. So let's see. We will see how the Zotero works. If I click again, the same author, right? See, this author is there. His name is this one. I copy his name. I want that his work to be cited. Now we will test whether Zotero will give the same accuracy or not. Like if I click in this is also his thought. If I put in this, see, if I click, now we will go down. Can you see that? It shows, but it is number 1. Do you know what is that? It is a scholar citation. If I change this style of citation, it will be another one. So from where I change now suddenly I want to change this to Blue Book. How I change? Can you see this document preference?
Yes, sir.
So if you come to the document preference, so here is a wide range of citation. Which one would you like to choose? See, if I choose Blue Book, right? If I say, okay, now can you see down? It has changed to supranote. Do you see this?
Yes, sir.
Now it become a supranote, right? Automatically, without any author's intervention, right? So the same, like, let's see, this is a social science paper. Now we have written in law, like I want to send to some journal like political science. I want to change this to Chicago or MLA. So the same thing, if I choose another one, see, Chicago style of 16 or 17, like I would choose 17. See, now the same citation, it has changed. You see, our footnote is missing. Nothing is there in our footnote, but the same citation has come here. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So let's cite a little more. We will get better out of it. So here you see at citation. Once you say at citation, I have to go get some paper. Okay, one. Where this is, it is not a manual what I am doing. It is where if we read the paper from our library, then we can come here for citation. So then I will choose, for example, some other paper. Then for the time being, let's see, we have citation with this paper. Now we have some citation, but this citation is Chicago citation. And I want to send to VBCL, particularly this VBCL asks Scholar. When I send, the editor say that no, your paper might be good, but we need that citation. How you change immediately to that Scholar without further, you are creating problem for your word or your work or wasting your time. Simple thing is that you can come to the document preference, just come choose that Scholar, and you say okay. Now, if you say, okay, see, this were our citation. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Now, we have changed that. You see here is, let's go work something here. Now, it is said that pecan number 1. This is, when you see in within bracket and 1, you understand this is Oxford citation, means it is a scholar. Now, I want to change to Indian system. How I can change? Then you can choose Indian law institute. You have to find. If you don't have, now the question is, how we add other citation when we don't have it. Now I am searching for that Indian Law Institute, New Delhi, which is very much required, particularly in Karnataka State Law University. For their journal, they want that. So I don't have. How I add that? To add that, we need to leave the Word and we need to close the Word file. We have to close our article, even if it's a thesis or doctorate, whatever. So we need to go back all the way to the Google engine, back. And in the Google engine, let me share the screen so that we can go together there. Here, if just a minute. Yes. So here, what we are doing, just we write Zotero repository style. Okay, so Zotero repository style. Now it opens for us. Zotero style repository. Here that depends. If you are a scientist, you choose your own. If you are a biologist, you are a doctor, you can choose the field. So for us is a law. You just click the law. It will come to you like more than 1,000 citation. Which citation would you like to choose? So for us, if we just write Indian Law Institute, see, it will come automatically. And the last one, which is updated in 2020 and so on. I just click on this and it will be, you see it, the option comes here that would you like to connect this? So yes, I need to connect this. Now, this has been added to my library. So my library is in, now my library is sourced with the ILI as well. Now, I would like to change that data now because for our understanding, let's go back there, what we will do with this. Now I'll close this sharing and I will reshare it. Okay. Do you see my page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. It's fine. So now you remember these two, or we can see four that you see here, page number 6, this literature is 64, and you can see 93, 95, and you see here the author, this is the title of paper, and this is a journal name. Now what will work with, how it will show with the ILI. So the same thing, you can come to Zotero. After the Zotero, you can come to the document preference. So in that document preference, you can see now Indian, can you see Journal of Indian Law Institute? If you click on this, see, our work has changed. See this, you can see this journal got italic and the year came at the end, and you can see the difference here. You see at the end of this citation number 5, you see the year is the last in the bracket, it is 2009. When I change this, for example, to Blue Book or Oxford, see, I change to Ascola. See, it has got something different because year comes after the title, then the volume, then the journal and page number comes. But whereas in the case of ILI, it is different. ILI comes, the year comes at the end. Now I'll choose that ILI and we will go one more functionalities and so on. Right. So now this is one page I have worked. Like if you have 300 pages, 400 pages, what will you do with that? The same thing it will go. Now I would like to add all my work here systematically so that it should show that this is my reference. I just type reference, it will not type for you. You have to type by your own. Now I want to add this reference, and now I wish to submit this to VBCL. So I will choose that Ascola citation style. So I will click that. Now I will add reference. See, if you say add bibliography, if you see this add bibliography, here the question come. See here, the issue has came the reference automatically, and it will come with ABC order. No need to worry. Now I have one more question. Most of you have seen some journal, like if you see, they have got endnote, not footnote. So this is, now we have a footnote. Some journals want endnote. What will you do? Again, you have to come to the document preference. Then instead of footnote, you can use endnote. If you choose endnote, so entire your paper, it will change. So you see from here, you can see 1, 2, it is shifted to where? It comes in the form of endnote. So I need to remove this. Now my work is in EndNote. See? Now, apart from this, what we have to do, this is in the word process we could discuss. Now, let me go how we share our library in cloud. Now, how to share our work in the cloud? First, you need to create an account. It is like as good as other system of library. So you need to come here to log in. After the login, you have to register. This is, see, it is very clearly mentioned that register for a free account. So once you register here, what you have to add, you need to add your detail. This username, it means you can add your name only, and your email ID and password and verify. So it will go to your email. Once you enter to that one, then you can have access to this for lifetime. So here in the documents, once you enter here, you get an option of that syncing. Once you sync the data, so anywhere you go, for example, you shift from this laptop to another one, or today you are living in India, so you want to go to USA and you want to get your data from there, just you need a computer to log in. And once you log in, you can get entire your data. For example, sometime if the computer gets corrupted, or you lost your data, or something on accident you lost, or you lose your computer. So this is only, Zotero is the only solution for this, to store your data and sync the data. So the syncing, I will just share the screen. I will show you how it will. Let me stop this. Now I'll be sharing once again the library. You see, once the data is there, once you create an account for you, if you see this button, just if you press with this, if you press, the entire data, whatever is there, it will go sync into your account where you have created an account. Now, apart from this, what you have, another benefit of that, some data which are duplicates. See, we have imported one data. If you remember, we exported and back imported. So these data are duplicate. You can delete this duplicate data, no problem. It will be in the trash. And if you delete, nothing will happen. It will go, it get deleted. Now that duplicate work is not there. In addition to that, if you have published so far papers, so let me put in this way. If you have published, I just put some of my paper. I give you example. Now, I have published some paper in some journal, and I want to submit annual report to somewhere in the form of like short brief, like there will be title, an abstract, and so on. This is, you can store here your publication. And if you want to share your publication, then the option of sharing is only export and send. Now let's create for like I want to create something for myself. Now here, if you come to the library, you get an option where you want to store the data. See, this data is exported. This data I have created. This is my PhD work. So I want to create a data by my own. So I create something. I will name it as just rename as my publication. My publication. Now, my publication, it will come. One thing is very bad with the Zotero. Sometime in drag and paste, it will not work. So in dragging, like in Mandeli, if you drag and paste it, it will show and recognize that what citation is from where, which source has been retrieved. But in Zotero, in this case, it make a mistake. It is very good once you go for the plug, directly to the Google engine. Now, I will go to the Google engine, just I try 1, 2, 3, then we will see. And meantime, let me store some data here that you get. Let me find some of my article example, or I'll take from the Google. I have some file here. Dragging. So I'll close this and share my screen so that you will get what I am doing. See here, I have shared this. This is just to know. Do you have my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you see here the option called Zotero. Zite is there, right? Now, how you active and deactive? If you close it, the Zotero will disappear. We don't have it. If it does not show in your computer, you just come and plug it so that pin it, so it will be available here. Now, I have it here. If I want to remove it, just click and you can say that remove. Now, I would like to have it. So now we will go for some citation, like let's put one by one. If I write in the Hindu, like disability, the Hindu newspaper, let's see, the Hindu newspaper. Let's see the Hindu. See, once I open the Hindu, if you see in the right side, you see the roll up. This roll up, it shows that it is a newspaper. Those newspaper which are authenticated by the Zotero, it will recognize. So I can store this data under what? Since I put in my publication, no, I don't want. I want under disability. So let be there. That is one. Now, Star of Mysore. Star of Mysore, disability. Let's see. If I put a Star of Mysore, since Star of Mysore is not very famous, internationally, this will show in the form of blog post. It never changed. Now let's see if it opens also, it will remain. You will not, if you cite in that, it will not be correct. I will show you the difference so that you will get which one are good. So those source which Zotero recognizes as a valid source, that can be an authority for our work. If it does not show, then we cannot go ahead. So now we see, I don't know, something is wrong with, now Star of Mysore, fine. So the page is open. Now still this, yeah, now you see it shows something like website. It is not a newspaper. See, it shows like a blog post. You see that the square, it looks like calculator icon. You see, it has changed to this option and it does not have a newspaper. Now, if I change, for example, I see Times of India and disability or this topic, anything. So let's open that Times of India. What will happen to the Times of India? Now it is in the form of blog post, but it will change. We have to wait till it opens. I think it is because of internet issue. See, still it is because of internet, it does not change. See, the icon did not change. Zotero does not recognize it. So in that case, if you add here, now I can add this data, but it does not recognize well, then I have to work manually. Manually in the sense, I will show you, we will go to inside the Zotero, how we convert those things. Now for ResearchGate, in ResearchGate, if you go, I take just disability as an example or anything. Now, if you choose here Disability Act, now this is something a law, it is called a book because it is written in the form of paper. Let's see what will work. See, it is a paper. Now, if we have a book, it will change. See, disability development. Let's see. Okay, you can see in the right side, you can see the book icon. So it shows that it is a book. Now, the beauty of Zotero is that these will be stored in the name of book because it will recognize whether it is a book or it is an article. So when you go to your library, you can understand that what are the books, what are the articles. So if I go to SSRN, that is also important. SSRN, disability. Disability is just an article which we would like to write. So it is not more than that. So here, if you see in this, the folder, you see that you get a yellow folder. With regard to disability, you can get so many articles. Which one would you like to take? See, for example, I would like to take this topic, disability and support. Now, you see the icon for this SSRN has changed. It comes with a pen and writing. It means it is a working paper. It is not a final paper. If you cite, let's consider the article is absolutely fine. It is correct. It is written by someone from Jawaharlal Nehru University. But it is posted in SSRN. Any citation which you get from SSRN directly, it will not be complete because it shows that there is a working paper or preprint work. So if I click that, now I will store this paper and we will go to the Zotero library, whatever we have stored. Okay, apart from this, now let's go to YouTube. In YouTube, let's see, I'll choose Udupi. Now I want to cite something in this Udupi. Someone has. Let me go to the full video. Now, the caption here is supposed to change. This is the full video. You see the caption, the icon of video has changed to this one. It shows like a camera. Do you see this?
Yes, sir.
So now it become a camera. Like it shows it is a video. Now my work from here is over. Now we will go to that disability part and I'll show you my library, what we have we have collected from here, there. So we will see how it looks and how we can use it. Now Zotero. Yeah. You see, we have watched a video pertaining to our work. You see, it shows that it is a video. And we have seen something report was there. And you see, this is a preprint, this is an article, and this was just a blog post. When I said that blog post is not acceptable, particularly if Zotero does not recognize, the reason is that it messes up with the author name. It just says that just a moment. Rest of the work is not added. So in order to do that, we have to see which work was that. Was it report? Was it podcast? Was it patent? Was it newspaper? Depend on the type of the work, we choose that work. If it is a thesis or if it is a TV broadcast, let's see. If it is a newspaper article, then we choose, then we add the author name and publication and so on. It will be stored here, it will be saved. Apart from that, you cannot do. Now, what you can add in Zotero, what captions it gives you that you can use. As per the citation, if you're confused that what are the things which I can source it, what are the things which I can cite, book we can cite, book section, then journal, articles, newspaper, reports, then artwork, even audio recording, in case you are writing a case in the court and so on, you give a bail. Let's see what the bail also, if you write in the bail, here you will get the option, what is the title of the bail, who sponsors here, the bail number and code. This bail, when we talk, you see that the system has changed. This is bail. This bail will not work with India. So this is American style, because Zotero is more or less, it is based on American legal system. So in India, we have to do this manually. So this is about the bail, cases, conference paper, data sheet, dictionary entry, if we have used some vocabulary from somewhere, if we use some documents, even if someone has sent an email in terms of interview, for email also we can add, okay, what was the subject of email, then who has sent that email, what date, where. So you can add these details here. Apart from this, you have got instant messages, letters, you have got manuscript, anything. This is and TV broadcast and so on. This is very lengthy list where depends on the type of our work. So the benefit of this work is just Zotero is that it connects you 2-3 works together. For example, if you want to have a discussion over only one topic. It is called, let's see, 10 things that you can do on ODP. What are those things? 10. I want to collect all those 10. So I can tag all together. So I will add one by one. The first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, then I can upload. Once I come and click on this 10 ODP, all will open for me. One by one, I can finish. So this was my discussion. I would like to hear from you if you have any question or answer.
Participants kindly note that the session is open for discussion.
If anyone didn't understand my accent or my explanation, I am sorry that I could not share all, because it is something with the Zoom. When we use Webex, it will follow the mouse where you go, which tab you open. But in case of Google Meet and Zoom, you have to shift every minute if you want to open any tab and so on.
So someone has asked a question in the chat box.
Okay. Today must meeting. Okay, someone has asked that is there any scope of universal citation? See, when we shift to legal writings, particularly in the entire world, we are preferably using two methods. That is, if you write any article with regard to American continent and so on, we use Below Book. And the another one is the what we use a scholar. So that different style of citation is that every college, every institution introduce. The reason is that they want to be unique and introducing. As soon as it is, as far as you write a particular citation, it does not make any difference in your paper quality. Citation will not create any paper, your paper just as a strong paper, or it shows that, okay, your paper gets selected. Citation just shows accuracy of your work. So it shows that integrity, and you give an acknowledge to the authors, and your paper will be organized one. That's all. So we have two uniform system. Yes, one thing we should note that we cannot do in a single paper, have a scholar, then have we said that, okay, let me make a diversity paper. So have Indian Law Institute I will use, have Below Book, and have a scholar. No, you cannot do. Before you write any article, please go visit the author's guideline. So you check that, what they want. Not only the citation. Even sometimes they ask that your English, like you write, it should be British English. For example, 2-3 times I tried to publish in Oxford University. I tried, but I could not. The reason was that the standard was very high. So they asked me like, okay, when you write a program, it should be double ME. If you want to write organized, you should not have a S. So the same thing, I have submitted something in America. They said that you have to follow American English. It is not about the citation which they prefer, even the language, even the method of writing. Some journals want only 3 heading, main heading, 2 subheading, that's all. And some journal does not want the numbering. So that depends on the style of the journal. So usually universal one would be for the law students. In India, you can choose these 3, either Blue Book, no one will show objection, either a scholar or ILI. So if you write now, when you understand Zotero, you can change. There will be no problem. Yes. Apart from this, is there any other question? I would like to hear any question, doubt. If you have any thing that you didn't understand, I would like to explain once again.
I don't think there are any doubts, sir.
So one thing I should conclude that while you are using Zotero as a reference management, as a citation, I mean a smart way, Sometimes some people where I go for a lecture and come with the Zotero, then after that I come to another, they said that our Zotero does not work. So Zotero, while you download, two things is important. That's a technical. You have to switch off. I mean, your Word file should not be open during installation. That's all. That's one thing. The second thing, while you start doing citation, on the moment when you open your Word, after installation, your Zotero should be open. And make sure that your cursor is on the folder where you are working. For example, if you have 10 folders, from morning till evening, you have downloaded all articles, but you saved in wrong place. Then you mix your data. So that creation of folder, it should be very specific. And the installation also, you have to be very specific. And you make sure that you are syncing your data to your cloud storage. So once if it is in cloud storage, nothing will be missed. Anything, if you delete this Zotero from your computer, even you delete your data, even you delete the folder because of the space, if you don't have, it is immaterial. So tomorrow when you get another computer or you go somewhere else, then you can just log into your account, that folder will be available with your data.
Thank you, sir. I think there is no more questions from the participants. As we conclude today's sessions, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to today's resource person, Mr. Syed Kudrat Rashmi, for his invaluable insight on the topic pragmatic edge of smart citation and reference management in legal writing. As a researcher, your knowledge in the topic has greatly enriched our understanding, and we are grateful for the information you have shared today. Thank you, Mr. Hashmi. I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Nirmala Kumari, Director, BBCL, for constant support and leadership. I also thank Dr. Raghunath KS, Principal, Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, and Karnataka Institute for Law and Parliamentary Reform, KILPAR, Bengaluru, for joining with us and making these sessions possible. Further, I would like to thank all the participants whose participation made this session a success. Finally, a special thanks to the organizing team and faculty members for their dedication and hard work in ensuring the smooth running of today's session. Thank you once again to everyone involved, and we look forward to see you tomorrow. Participants, please note tomorrow's session start at 1 p.m. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you so much. I forgot to tell Dr. Nirmala Kumari, I did not know him. So I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Jayamul. She's the one who bridged us. And I would like to see one day Udupi also. I believe it is in Mangalore.
Hashmi,
Yes, ma'am.
it was wonderful performance. Okay.
Thank
Congrats.
you.
Congrats. You are really a scholar in this field.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, someone has asked me PPT of this. I will share with you.
Yes.
Then you can share with the participants. They have asked.
Yes.
There is no problem. Right.
Okay,
Can I-
thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you.